Boom! TDFA, episode 2. It's your boy, Spencer.
And Marshall.
And we're coming with a hot, fresh new episode of The Dumb, Fat Americans. We have had an outstanding amount of feedback from the first episode.
Oh, very good.
Nothing but positive reviews. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. I don't think anybody would give us a negative review just to save our feelings.
No, not the people we know.
Yeah.
Especially your dad.
My dad was
guy.
the most surprising out of anybody. Because if I were to tell you the person that I thought would listen to the podcast the least, number 1 would be my father. Number 2, Oprah. And we still haven't cracked that egg. So, you know, there's room for improvement, of course. But yeah, my father gave a glowing review. He said it was very funny. And this may be the first time he's complimented me in my entire life.
I was every time you tell me about your dad, instead of calling you a homo, or calling you, fucking retarded or something.
I mean, he's not...
the first time ever where I've heard him not insult you on something you did.
It is the first... when I was streaming on Twitch, it was nothing but negative. He'd come in my room, he'd rough me up a little bit.
Ruin your streams?
He would ruin my stream. Everybody would think I was a bitch. You know those live stream fails where the mom comes in there and goes, "You skipped school today. You ruin your life.
Like,
get off the game."
My 4 watchers, they're going to get mad. I'm playing...
Get out of my room. I'm playing Minecraft. Yeah. And surprisingly, my father has been super supportive. As we speak, my mother is listening to episode 1.
I can't wait to hear her review.
I can't imagine it'll be good.
No.
She's going to tell me that I'm ruining my life.
Bad language.
I
didn't raise you like that.
Exactly. I didn't raise you like that. You know, I should respect the community more. I'm like, come on. So, the first thing I want to talk about this week is Netflix released this new Ted Bundy film. They had previously released the Ted Bundy tapes. Have you gotten the chance to see any of those?
No, I watched bits here and there.
I was hammered one night with my sister, and we were trying to find something on the TV to watch, and I was just scrolling, and I was like, fuck it. You know, this was supposed to be a hot cat, and I want to see what he looks like. I don't know anything about Ted Bundy other than one of the teachers from our high school claimed to have almost been killed by him.
Which teacher?
I don't know. One of the lower level English teachers. One of the
she taught regular English.
She taught the vowels. She taught the vowels and claimed that she had a run-in with Ted Bundy, and I think that that's a little facetious on her part. So I watched the Ted Bundy tapes with my sister, and I was hammered. I wasn't really paying attention. The number 1 complaint I have with Ted Bundy from the past is that everybody claims he was so fucking hot.
Very good-looking guy.
He looks...
charismatic fella.
He doesn't look that good. He looks like the guy from the dating game. Or the Newlywed Game.
Yeah.
Is what I mean? Yeah. That's what he looks like to me. I don't know what that guy's name is. I don't know where he is in life now. Probably dead. Just like my boy Ted Bundy. He got 12 volts to the neck, baby. But not that attractive. I'm not into dudes.
Yeah, I'm not into dudes.
And
Let's make it clear.
I'm not
a homo.
Ted Bundy has a sling on the side of the road. I make sure to spray mud on him as I drive past.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. Yeah, if it's raining really hard, he's having a bad day. No umbrella.
That's why I keep a brick in my car.
Yeah, or like rotten eggs.
Yeah, rotten eggs to toss at this loser.
Him and the panhandlers.
Yeah, him and the panhandlers. But
they got what's his face for the new one, right? Zac Efron. He's a very good looking guy.
Oh, Zac. So that was my first reaction when I see. Oh man, there was a ton of hype on this movie. Reddit was going crazy. They were going, this is gonna be demented. He's gonna be hot. He's gonna be murdering, and I'm like, I'm all in.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
film.
So, do you go into movies with expectations, like what you want to see, or what initially makes you click on a movie on Netflix or Hulu?
I used to, and then I would never like movies that much. Because I'd expect too much. Just based on the trailer. I don't watch trailers anymore either. If I want to see a movie, like I'll see the title, see the cast, maybe read some of the synopsis, and then I'll go see the movie. So I feel like if I look into it, I just end up burning it for myself, and I create expectations much higher than the film's going to deliver on.
Yeah, I don't watch trailers either. It's something I'm adamant against. I don't care to know. I think that especially in comedy movies, they ruin the movie. They just tell the best.
Your best jokes.
Exactly. And so, but I had expectations for this movie. I was sitting there. I was a little drunk. I'm gonna be honest. I was a little drunk, and I was like, man, I want to see the two things. I had 4 things on my checklist. I wanted to see Zac Efron because he's not a bad actor.
No, he's not.
Have you seen Baywatch?
No.
With Dwayne Johnson?
It really wasn't that as bad as people.
It's not bad. I think
it's like said to be a bad movie. Baywatch, like really, but it wasn't that bad.
The worst part is when he gets an erect penis caught in a lawn chair.
Oh, the classic bit.
Yeah. The best part is you get to see. I think her name's Alexandra Daddario. She's hot in that movie. I'm into it. The next thing I wanted to see in this movie was brutal murder. I wanted to see it.
Because you should. It's a film about Ted Bundy.
Exactly. I wanted to see as much murder as possible. I wanted to see this guy slicing, dicing. I wanted it to look like a Jason film, in all honesty.
Yeah.
I wanted to see some rape because I knew he was raping. I knew it. I wanted to see some off-screen rape, but honestly, there needs to be more on-screen rape in movies.
You know what movie I think of when I think of on-screen rape? We watched it. I can't remember whose house it was. Was it Bunny Massacre?
Bunny Massacre?
We had to stop watching it because somebody got a little offended by the rape scene.
It wasn't even a rape scene. It was a fondling at best.
He takes the hood off.
And he's deformed.
He's deformed and like pitch white, really gross looking. And he starts. Are you sure it's molestation, or I thought he fucked the?
No, he was just touching her.
And then someone went, "We gotta turn this off."
Yeah, I know.
And then in the room, of course, everyone goes, "Okay, we'll turn it off." Everyone was fake disgusted by it. I wasn't. I was like, no, I want to keep watching the movie. I'm already invested in this film.
I was invested in it too.
It was cool for him to kill the kids in the bus. That was no big deal. The kid killing was no big deal.
I believe this was Bunny Massacre 2.
Was it 2?
Yeah, Bunny Massacre 2. And it begins with a man in a bunny costume with a chainsaw mowing down children in a school bus.
That was okay. The kid killing was cool.
Kid killing was cool.
That was cool with this.
I believe one kid got away in a tire. Do you remember that? There was a tire rolling down.
Weird, yeah.
And then it cuts immediately to titties, and I was like, "This is a perfect movie.
It's a good film, yeah.
Perfect movie." I want to see adolescent death. I got it. I wanted to see titties. I got it. Ted Bundy film. I wanted to see some titty.
Just because of what Ted Bundy's about.
Yeah.
You have to depict the true story.
I want to see the true story. I wanted to see murder. I wanted to see some sexually explicit things that you shouldn't talk about, because that's the guy.
That's what he did.
That's what he was about. That was what he jived with.
I'm not asking for a film to randomly have rape in it or anything.
No, I'm
just asking for them to tell the truth.
I'm not a sexual delinquent. I just want to see an accurate depiction of what this guy Theodore Bundy was all about, and I just did not get delivered at all. The other 2 things I wanted to see, I wanted to see some titties. I mean, it was rated MATV or R, and I was like, okay, I'm going to see some titties. That's what I was like. Oh fuck yeah!
You're gonna,
and I saw what it was rated for, and nudity was like number 1. There is more man ass in this movie than anything. anything else.
That's interesting.
The only titties you get to see are decapitated titties.
Oh,
the girl has her head cut off, and you get to see them in a Polaroid photo. That's it on titties. You see Zac Efron's ass twice in this movie. Like, full-on bare ass. And, like, I was trying to get my head in the game, but really, that shit was just lame. I wanted to see titties.
I haven't seen it, and now I don't want to see it.
You know, it was bad. The movie was bad.
I don't care for this type of movies anyway.
I
think that they're really, really well done. They're good, but I think so few are well done.
Have you seen Zodiac?
No.
That movie's fucking badass. Yeah. It's like 3 hours long, which is about an hour and a half too long. But you're invested. You got Robert Downey Jr., you got Jake Gyllenhaal, and you got a good mystery that in real life still hasn't been solved. Yeah. At the end, you know Ted Bundy's finna take the electric chair.
Who the fuck knows? He's a killer.
He's finna put a fork in an outlet.
Yeah. That should still be a thing, though.
The electric chair?
If you do something like rape and cut off women's heads, I think you should be, sentenced to death. Call me inhumane.
Yeah. And so let's talk about Ted Bundy, the real Ted Bundy.
Mm-hmm.
This guy was a genius. Mm-hmm. He was persuading women in multiple states to get in his Herbie the Love Bug. It could talk, I hear. I don't know. They had to go and get a literal genius, Sheldon Cooper, to get this guy into jail. You have to understand. They had to find a guy smarter than Einstein, Sheldon Cooper, to outwit Ted Bundy and get him the chair. If that's not proof in the pudding that Ted Bundy was literally smarter than 99.9% of the population, then I don't know what is. I've seen 2.5 seasons of Young Sheldon, and
you have?
No,
is there even 2.5 seasons?
I know there's at least 2. I've seen like half a season. That show's not bad.
Is it? I'm assuming it's better than The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, it's 100% better than The Big Bang Theory. A video of a fly eating shit is better than The Big Bang Theory. But overall, this movie sucks.
Who else was casted in it?
Haley Joel Osment from The Sixth Sense.
Wow.
Plays the guy who cucks. I was about to call him Tim Bundy. Ted Bundy. He cucks Ted Bundy. At one point, he's sitting there and the phone's ringing, and you see Zac Efron. If you had to choose, and to mention, Haley Joel Osment is about 278 pounds in this movie. He's robust, and he is cucking Zac Efron.
Not believable.
He's also probably about 15 years older than him, and the main damsel in distress in the movie is supposed to pretend that fat ass Haley Joel Osment is a better option than hot ass bad boy Zac Efron. Get out of fucking town, dude. I'm a straight male, and my dick.
I'm picking Zac Efron over Joel Osment every time.
My dick points one way, and it ain't towards Haley Joel.
It's toward Efron.
Yeah. This secondhand lion is secondhand lying. If I say that I'm gonna pick Haley Joel Osment for my dick, and they have a star-studded cast for this thing. They got Zac Efron, Haley Joel Osment, fucking John Malkovich plays the judge that puts him away. There's cameos in this movie that I can't pull off the top of my head because I don't remember. It's been a couple of days, and then you're watching the trial, the one that he gets fried at, and they're scanning past the jurors who are going to make the big decision whether or not Ted Bundy makes it out. And one of the people in there looks legit 12 years old. And I'm like, dude, you should have taken Sheldon Cooper's money, gave it to Leonard, and gotten a juror who was over the age of 18. Because this juror looks like he could be on Barney still. And all he's saying is that I love you, you love me, let's make big whoopee. Is the only thing that I'm seeing from this guy. It's terrible. I was not pleased.
He's not the guy getting the juror. Someone's really a little too young to get the jury shit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I don't get the jury shit. I'm not registered to fucking vote. How is this guy?
He's 12.
Yeah, this Bernie bro got into the movie somehow. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
So not great. Not a great film, it sounds like. I won't be watching it.
No. It all culminates at the end where, you know about Ted Bundy had that woman on the side that was his, like, girlfriend, and then he was doing the killings on the side, and then he got put away in jail, and she kind of, like, cut him off, and he obsessed over her. That's who Haley Joel gets with. It all culminates with her going to the jail and talking to him in the jail cell and telling him to release her, and it gets all like dramatic, and he's writing on the glass because keep in mind he confesses the very next scene to all of the murders, 30. So they claim in the movie that he did more than 30, and so it's this intense music's playing, and he's writing on the glass, and she's like, where did her head go, Ted? Where did her head... Oh, spoilers, by the way, if you don't know what Ted Bundy did. He cut people's heads off and murdered them. Raped somebody with a beer bottle.
Wow.
Yeah. He was into partying.
He liked to party.
Yeah, Ted liked to party.
Shit.
With sorority girls. Where did her head go, Ted? Where did her head go, Ted? And and they're doing this dramatic scene where he's writing backwards on the glass so the reporters can't hear. And he writes hacksaw. And the music strikes. And I'm like,
classic
it's a
horror film.
It's
or
fucking
thriller.
It's fucking 12:30 at night. I got work the next day, and I'm rolling my eyes. I was like, why did I stay up for this bullshit? It was not good. If you're gonna take my movie recommendation, don't go see this one. By go, I mean don't lazily sit on your couch like I did and choose this one over. What's a good movie that I saw on Netflix recently? Oh, they put Wedding Crashers on there. Watch Wedding Crashers over Ted Bundy with Zac Efron. You'll enjoy your life more. You seen Wedding Crashers?
Long time ago. I haven't seen it in a while.
I saw it recently for the first time. I enjoyed it.
It's a good movie. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I like the little homo boy that paints.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
Oh, speaking of homo.
Oh, okay.
That YouTube star.
What?
You know the YouTube star, right? James Charles?
James Charles. Oh, the makeup guru. Yeah. I love him.
Yeah, he has a lot of subscribers.
Yeah, how many?
Like 10 million? Well, 9 now.
9?
Yeah, 9 million. He lost 1 million today in 24 hours.
YouTube glitch again, right?
No. No YouTube glitch.
What
Turns out he likes underage boys.
I mean, who doesn't?
Not me.
No.
I'm not into underage boys.
So him and Jared Fogle like to kick it?
Yeah. Well, Jared Fogle like really little girls.
I read his Wikipedia today, Jared Fogle.
Mm-hmm.
He was into little boys too, but little girls were easier to access.
Easier to manipulate for Jared Fogle's taste.
Yeah. He wasn't very good at hitting balloon knots, so he had to hit mini golf holes.
Little budding flowers.
I saw this James Charles news.
Yeah. Not good for him.
No, not at all. Did you see the Bye Sister video at all?
I heard about it, but didn't see it.
I didn't see it either. I read a synopsis on Reddit. And basically, the sister laid out that her and her husband helped... her husband's in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. Like, he's a big player.
Oh, okay.
Like Fred Couples, a big player. Yeah. And... What a dumb reference.
Fucking stupid. Why did I react to it?
So he's a big player in Hollywood, and helped him start getting revenue on his YouTube channel. And then she offered him. She has her own brand of supplements or vitamins or acne medicine. One of these things that I'm not going to take. And James Charles said that he was not going to promote her product because he had a mostly young audience. So he was morally opposed. And then a week later accepted a direct competitor to his sister who helped him.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know, wow.
Yeah.
And there's been news lately between the shitty singing and the Bye Sister.
Oh, does he do bad singing?
Yeah. Well, some people are like, he's a great singer. Some people, he's a bad singer. I'm pretty sure he's singing. He's just a bad singer.
Oh, he's a singer?
Everyone's a singer. He lives in Hollywood, right?
Singing's not a talent.
I think there's a lot of good singers, but there's very few excellent singers.
Who would you describe as an excellent singer? Taylor Hicks from American Idol with the harmonica? No?
Those are all good singers. When was the last time someone great came from American Idol?
Fantasia Barrino, and then she got caught shoplifting.
She did, didn't she?
Yeah, I'm like Eric the actor. I know all about American Idol seasons 1 through 4. After that, it gets a little fuzzy. You ever listen to Chris Daughtry?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he's the best.
He always had the soul patch.
He always had the soul patch and the bald head.
The bald head, yeah. He's always bald. No, I just heard James Charles can't sing for shit.
Who do you think would win in an arm wrestling match? Chris Daughtry or Howard Mandel?
Howard Mandel. I think he's stronger than people think.
Howie Mandel?
Yeah.
He wouldn't touch his hand.
You could put him in gloves.
Put him in gloves?
Yeah, he'll touch people. He touches people. He'll touch people on his own, I'm trying to say.
You think he finger bangs his wife?
Yes, that's his decision.
With latex gloves on?
Maybe.
I've seen a lot of pornographic videos where their preferred choice of finger banging is with latex.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, they lube them up.
It's like, still,
they're always black latex.
Yes, it's never like the hospital gloves. Never the shit your doctor puts on.
Nobody ever putting on the blue latex gloves and hitting a finger bang. It's always black. Maybe it makes them feel like their hands are bigger.
Maybe, I don't know.
Okay, so James Charles. You know what? I was in camp. James Charles was not getting blown at Coachella, but I'm in camp that it was him.
I'm in camp that it was him
with an 8-year-old boy who got into Coachella somehow. He had this tweet that came out that Keemstar retweeted, and it said, "Minecraft teenagers are so hot. I want to adopt them and have them play my Hunger Games." It was real sexual.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and Keemstar was like, "You want to explain this one?" And invited him on Drama Alert.
Come on, Drama Alert.
Drama Alert.
Drama
Alert Nation. Let's get right into the boys.
He's a whole other fucking story. We'll talk about Keemstar a little later, because I like Keemstar. I used to hate Keemstar. I love him now.
I love him. He's got one of the best podcasts out there, Baited.
Yep.
The Baited podcast, I love it.
He's another one bitching about fucking sub-box issues. And like he did the fucking money. Fuck you, Keemstar.
If we were to
popcorn eating, no bearded fucking idiot.
Gnome beard?
Yeah, it's got a gnome beard. You know the classic iDubbbz joke. Get the gnome beard.
If we were to play 6 Degrees from Kevin Bacon, I would be less than 6 degrees from Keemstar.
You would be, that's right.
At one point, I worked for Keemstar. A little background. If you don't know who DJ Keemstar is, he started out as a YouTube troll in the video game community, where all he would do is go into Xbox Live lobbies of Halo 3 and just berate kids and talk. And he was part of a conglomerate called the Federation of Asshole Gamers. And I was a fan. I liked it. I thought it was funny. FAG, you can put together what it comes out. Yeah. It's a real 12-year-old hobby, and I was 12 at the time.
So you probably did it when you were 12, right?
I did not do it when I was 12. I didn't have an Xbox till I was 14.
Okay.
And I didn't have live until I was 14. And at that point, party chat was what I was doing, and all I did was talk about pussy in party chat. Yeah.
14-year-olds do.
Yeah. I'm not a homo. I wasn't talking about James Charles Bussy. And if you can't hear, that's Bussy with a B, not pussy with a P. Although, he'd like to put his P in your bussy. If you're under 18.
And you're a slim, hairless boy.
I don't know. I read a story on Reddit today where he was fondling a 14-year-old boy in a restroom, so I don't know what to believe. So anyway, Keemstar was doing that, the trolling on Halo. And he started a podcast with known alcoholic, Only Use Me Blade, called the Bad Kid Cast. And
only.
I'm a big podcast fan, and I was also a big guy in the Call of Duty scene. Like, I wasn't a big guy like I didn't have any presence. I was just an obese individual in the Call of Duty scene. And I was on the Bad Kid Cast forum and somehow got picked to be a mod. And Keemstar was my direct boss, so anytime I wanted to talk to Keemstar, I could. And this lasted for less than a month. Because the podcast lasted about 5 or 6 or 7 episodes, really. Not very long. The forum lasted about 3 weeks, and I was out of a job. I got the job in like the last week of July, and by the time the school year started in the second week of August, I was out of a job. Oh, something interesting happened in that time period. I never even realized it.
What's that?
It was the first time I ever met that group that we used to hang out with. Because I went to your birthday party.
Oh, yeah.
So I would have been deep in the Bad Kid Show forum and had to take a break from my computer to go to your birthday party.
Oh, you sacrificed that to the birthday.
Yeah, and then
we really do care.
We stayed the night at that house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that house.
That house.
That house, yeah.
Yeah. That's weird how that connects back to Marshall. I would never have suspected that.
But yeah, James Charles, not a very good person. Surprise, surprise. There's been a lot of shit in YouTube this week. You know?
Yeah. Oh, Pro Jared?
Pro Jared. His wife was way too hot for him.
That's what I'm seeing.
He's a weird looking dude.
Yeah.
And for him to cheat, and he was underage girls, right?
Yes,
he was sending pictures to underage. God, what the fuck's with these people?
Yeah, just stay away from kids, dude. Jared Fogle, Pro Jared. Don't be named Jared.
Yeah, fuck the name Jared.
The name Jared
Your name's Jared, sorry.
No.
Be more proactive in that way. You
if you're 9 months pregnant right now, about to pop, and you're like, I'm going to name my kid Jared.
Don't. Think of a different name.
Like, 2 out of 2 Jareds I know are into kids.
I don't think I know any Jareds. I knew a Gerald. I knew a Gerald.
You knew a Gerald from McDonald's.
Yeah. But I knew one Jared.
You knew one Jared?
In
your whole life?
Like middle school and high school.
I knew a lot of Jareds.
Really?
Yeah, I actually told a story to my mom about a Jared today, if you want to hear it.
Sure.
So, we were passing by some kids in my neighborhood who had started a lemonade stand.
Oh, wow.
And
some classic shit you don't say too often.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how much they were charging. I imagine, based on inflation, a glass of lemonade is probably like $8.
Yeah, it's no longer a quarter like the good old days.
Yeah. So I remember I must have been about 11. And I was in the neighborhood. I saw a neighborhood kid that I played football with. Little, Hey Arnold football head with. And I was like, yo, what's up, brother? And he was with this kid named Jared. And him and Jared were going back to Jared's neighborhood. And we lived in this giant conglomerate of neighborhoods. So if we were going one neighborhood over, it really wasn't that far. And he lived 2 neighborhoods over. So it was a little far. Mm-hmm. But it would be like going from it would be going less than a block, I would say.
Okay.
Less than a block we were going. And he lived less than a block over, and they were going to have a lemonade stand at his house. They had purchased snacks to sell. They had lemonade mix, and I was all in. I was like, hey, can I join you? This sounds like fucking fun. And they were like, yeah, sure. So I pile into the minivan with Jared's mom, the kid I know, and Jared. And we head over to his neighborhood. And I'm over there, and we set up the table. We get the lemonade going. This kid Jared was weird. I should have known from the jump. He had a pet skunk.
Oh, that's not a pet.
It's not a pet. And he goes, don't worry. It's had its stink sacs removed. I was like, that wasn't what I was worried about.
I don't care.
You have a shit pet. Unconventional pet. If you got cat, dog. Those are your 2 options. Maybe a fish.
I think there's more options. Birds are crazy.
Birds are awful.
Or like iguanas. Those aren't crazy pets, though.
Iguanas smell like dick.
Yeah, but you see more of those than fucking, oh, here's my pet raccoon. Here's my pet possum. Yeah, you're laughing because it's fucking, I'm right. Because it's crazy.
Well, I mean, like 50 years ago, a pet raccoon wasn't that crazy.
Yeah, but now it's like, don't have a raccoon. Why do you have a pet raccoon? Or a pet skunk?
Yeah, he had a pet skunk. He brought
that a pet monkey.
You want to know a fact about Jared?
Sure. You
know what his show and tell was every single time?
The fucking skunk.
His dad would bring in the pet skunk. Yep. So anyway, I'm going over to Jared's house with his pet skunk to sell some lemonade. People thought we were selling the loud. That's why they kept pulling over. And we get there, and me and this kid, I have no clue who he is. To this day, I don't know the kid's name. I don't know who he is.
But mutual friends through Jared.
He was a neighborhood kid in the neighborhood I didn't live in.
Okay.
And me and neighborhood kid, I'll call him, were sitting at the table the entire time. And I was popping the lid, and I was having a cup of snacks, and I drank a couple glasses of lemonade, but nothing crazy. Mm-hmm. I didn't get high on my own supply, you feel?
Yeah.
And I was dancing and screaming at cars, waving them down. I was hustling the lemonade. So my mom calls or whatever. I look at the time. I ask what the time is. It's 5 o'clock. I go, fuck. My mom wants me home. I can't be at Jared's house hustling lemonade anymore.
Forever, yeah.
So I go, I'll take my cut and leave, please. And Jared's parents looked at me like I was fucking crazy. I was like, yeah, I'll take the money I earned. I worked at the lemonade stand all day.
I made this money. It's money.
I made the money. Your kid was inside playing Nintendo with the skunk and the kid I was there with. And me and neighborhood kid sat at the table and earned the money. So I'll take what I earned. I had made tips. There were people who were There was it sounds racist as hell. There was a crew of Mexicans who were mowing lawns. and I shouted every Dora the Explorer word that I knew at them to get them to pull over. And they go, "Hey, which one of you cabrons was speaking Spanish?" And I go, "It was me.
It was me.
Essay, that was pretty good. Here you go." And they gave me all the change out of their pockets. Oh, so that was my money.
Yeah,
but
rightfully yours. It's a tip, too.
It was a tip. But I put it in the communal jar. I put it in the communal jar. So it got time for me to leave. And I go, "Okay, I would like the money I earned today, please." You know, like a normal human being. And I was told, "You didn't earn any money. You drank and ate all the oatmeal lemonade and snacks, and we don't owe you anything."
Oh, shit. This is the parents.
Yeah. And I go, "Yes, you do. I earned all this money. I was the one selling the lemonade. Your kid was inside fucking around trying to fuck the skunk sack. I was doing the hard work. I was out here
actually selling lemonade.
Selling lemonade. And they were not having it at all. And I was trying to figure out what I was going to do. So then I was adamant. I was screaming. I was disgruntled. I was a disgruntled child.
A disgruntled employee, if you will.
Yes. Hell no, we won't go. I'm not leaving your house till you fucking pay me.
Fucking money. My $8 I made today.
I doubt it was $8, but yeah, I want the $3 I earned, or else you're gonna get fucked. I'm gonna call the Screen Actors Guild, and you're done making movies in this town, feller. So I'm sitting there, and they go, "Here, we'll give you this." And I was an obese child, as I am an adult. And and they hand me a half-eaten box of cupcakes.
Oh my god.
I go,
"That's my favorite."
And then they say the famous line, "Here you go, fat boy. This should suffice."
They called you fat boy?
They called me fat boy.
What?
They didn't say suffice. But they called me fat boy.
But they called you fat boy, not big guy. Nothing a little more endearing, but fat boy.
I was being very adamant that I would get paid.
Okay.
And they called me fat boy. They said, "Here, fat boy, ride home on your bicycle. Here's some cupcakes."
Oh my god.
And I was pissed. I was angry. So I took the cupcakes. And they gave me the change that the Mexicans had given me. And I was very appreciative of that. I never spent it. I don't know where it went. I probably took the quarters out, went and played Big Buck Hunter at an arcade, and that's where that money went.
Nickels, yeah.
But no, I didn't get any money out of it, and I remember getting so mad and driving back on my bike with a half-eaten box of cupcakes and thinking, man, I should turn around and cupcake the fuck out of their house. Can you imagine how fucking rough that would? I was like 12. No, I couldn't have been 12. I had to have been like 10 or 11 on a bicycle. And like I was actively crying because the people I thought were my friends had just betrayed me.
Yeah, fuck them.
And claimed that I hadn't earned any money when they didn't sit at the table for longer than like 10 minutes. I was pissed. I had spent all day. I had helped make the lemonade. I was a third partner. Now, if they had fucked over neighborhood kid who was sitting with me, I would have been like, cool. Yeah, fuck neighborhood kid. But they were fucking me over. And I'm the most important person in this story.
I mean, you did all the work.
I did, according to me.
Do you think you did all the work?
Yes.
Because I think you did all the work too. I know how kids are. I know how you are.
Yeah, I did all the work. I swear I did. And I got dog dicked by a Jared. And that's why...
So fuck Jareds.
Fuck Jareds. Jareds cheat on their wife. They're into kids. Jareds are no bueno.
They know how to lose weight.
Yeah, they know how to lose weight by walking to a Subway.
Walking to the Subway and getting the veggie milk. I'm assuming that's what he got. I can't imagine the processed meat at Subway is too good for you.
Here's what I know about Jared Fogle. he had to walk from his New York City apartment 2 miles to the nearest Subway, and he ate there for lunch and dinner every day.
So he's walking at least 8 miles a day.
He walked 8. He lost weight by walking 8 miles a day.
Not because he's eating Subway.
Not because he was eating Subway.
When I Wikipedia'd him, like when we were talking about it, I couldn't believe he was their advertising and marketing spokesperson for 15 years.
15
That's
years.
A long fucking time for a company to stick with one person.
It is.
That's like Ronald McDonald level.
Ronald McDonald.
Or like the Wendy's. This is a real dude.
Yeah, and Ronald McDonald never fucked a kid.
No, he just liked to give him Happy Meals.
Fast food mascots are just falling by the wayside. You don't
They
have.
don't exist anymore. They do, but not because
The only one that exists is the Colonel.
Yeah, and now it's just it's not even about the Colonel anymore. It's actors. It's the actor portraying the Colonel now.
Yeah,
you know.
But he's still forefront. I guess the Wendy's girl is forefront too.
Wendy's girl. I think the Burger King.
Nobody liked the Burger King.
No one likes him, but they use the fuck out of him.
Let's see. If there was a pool on which fast food mascot was going to get charged with fucking kids, nobody was putting their money on Jared Fogle. Burger
King. He's a regular fucking guy that is just walking the Subway every day to get some fucking Subway. He was in New York.
He's a New Yorker. Get it.
Come on.
Come on, gabagool. He could have been having a $1 slice pizza, but instead he was having a $5 foot long.
He chose a fucking more expensive option. But yeah, I'd say the Burger King would be the guy
who wants to fuck the kids.
Fuck kids,
yeah. 100%.
There's no mascots, really. No one as big as those people.
Yeah, I mean, you got the Quiznos mice.
Oh yeah.
Or rats, or whatever.
If you haven't seen that, we'll link that because that's.
Are we gonna link it this time?
That is a video worth watching. The Quiznos. I don't know what they're supposed to be. I call them the Quiznos rats because they look like rats, and the rats is not a good mascot for any company.
We're 2 for 2 on episodes of mentioning the Quiznos rats.
Let's keep doing it because it's a funny video. People need to see it.
The world needs to see the Quiznos rat.
It would have to be the mid-2000s. I'm sure some people remember it. They had a salad bar, for God's sakes. I think that's what they said.
Speaking of people who are into kids, R. Kelly's a person.
Oh, yeah. He's not just into kids. He's into
abducting people.
Abducting people. And that was a good interview.
What was the interview?
You saw the interview with the woman. He starts crying.
Did you see?
He starts yelling and screaming. I can't believe this is happening to me. No one sits there my feelings. Yada yada. It's good. You should watch it if you get a chance.
Did you see the Hulu special on him?
No.
I didn't either. Maybe we should watch that.
Yeah. Before
we speak on R. Kelly. The only things I know about R. Kelly is that he had a cult of underage women that he was grooming, that they couldn't leave. They were on his tour bus. And the other thing I know about R. Kelly is that he can't read.
Oh, really? He can't?
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me.
His main defense in his current case is that he can't read, so he couldn't properly defend himself.
Just take responsibility for your actions.
Yeah, I think he needs to take responsibility for his actions too. But no, he claims innocence, that everybody was a willing participant.
Bullshit. They're willing.
Yeah. They're willing to let it burn. Oh, that's Usher.
Yeah.
Who do you think has fucked more women, Usher or R. Kelly?
R. Kelly. If he has all those women.
He has all those women?
Women, quote unquote.
He has all those girlies.
I think all those girls.
Yeah, little girls.
He pissed in the one girl back in the early 2000s, remember that?
Yeah. Have you seen that video?
No, but I've seen. I think one of the funniest Dave Chappelle skits is when he does the piss on you.
Yeah, I'm gonna piss on you. Right? That's how it goes. Yeah. Dave Chappelle's a fucking mastermind.
He is.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's back.
I'm glad he's back too.
He's been back for a while, but I'm glad he's not in Africa finding himself.
You know that he did stand up in like parks in Washington?
Oh, really?
Yeah, with a karaoke machine.
That's interesting.
When he was on a hiatus and he was not doing any stand up, you could catch Dave Chappelle in a local Seattle park with a karaoke machine, or on like the side of the road in New York, just doing stand up with a hat down, collecting money.
Really?
Yeah, that's how he started.
Yeah,
he was
young too.
Yeah, he was like 19.
Mm-hmm.
I heard this on the Joe Rogan podcast, and he was 19, and he would get out of the club, the comedy club he was working in, and just like set up shop right out of it, put a hat on the ground, and start telling jokes and murdering and people would form crowds, and he'd make all of his money because if you're a paid regular at a comedy club, you make like $15 from what I've heard. Don't take that as fact, but that's what I've heard is like you get $15 a set per night. So if you do a set every single night at there. And you can be a paid, if you're in like New York, you could probably be a paid regular at multiple clubs because you just...
Especially if you're really good.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure clubs pay good money for Louis C.K.
Oh, well, no, they don't, they're different. They're different.
They're different?
They get spots at clubs.
Okay.
And then do Friday, Saturday, sometimes Sunday on the road. Mm-hmm. But like... Monday through Thursday, they just they go, hey, you got a spot, and they go, of course, you're Louis C.K. And I don't think they expect to get paid for that, but I could be wrong. They could get their $15.
I figure they have to get something, right? No one's working for free too often.
Usually they are though, because they're trying to like hone in their jokes, so it's good for their special or whatever.
Yeah, that's where they make all their money.
They make all their money touring. Like a band.
Like a band, yeah.
Like a band. I'm in the band. Let's see here. What else do I got? I saw Detective Pikachu the other day.
I want to see that.
Yeah, it was good. There were a lot of Pokemon in the movie, and from different generations. I was actually expecting it to be only Generation 1 Pokemon.
Is there other generations?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, Apom takes a big part in the movie.
That's an interesting Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's like a big part.
And
it's not like iconic, like
Tortuga?
What's it look like?
It's the starter Pokemon, the little turtle that turns into a big turtle with the forest on its back.
Turtwig. And there's Torterra.
Torterra, that's it. Torterra. Yeah, he's in it.
Generation 4, wow.
Yeah. Torterra's in it. Greninja's in it.
Wow, so they got a wide variety of Pokemon. I'm glad to see.
Very, very, very wide. That panda Pokemon is featured in it quite a bit. Mm-hmm. I don't know the name of it. Pan-chan or something.
Pan-chan or something like that.
Yeah. I thought it was okay. The only thing that it had...
Potential spoiler? Maybe? What you're about to say?
No, okay. I don't have any potential. I don't have any potential. I'm not going to spoil the movie.
Let's make it sure.
The plot's very predictable.
I figured it's a Pokemon movie.
It's a Pokemon movie focused towards kids. And what I want out of this movie is for there to be more Pokemon live-action movies. Because I thought the Pokemon looked really good in the movie.
But this will be the first of its kind.
I don't want the dude in the movie to the main character. I don't want him back. I would like there to be a new movie
with a completely different characters. It's just Pokemon based.
Yes, like this one was Detective Pikachu, and you get to see this kid's story. Now you move on to another person's story in the same Pokemon universe, and it's a different Pokemon that's based around something like that. Mm-hmm. I don't want to see Detective Pikachu 2. You feel?
No, I agree.
I don't want to see this story continue.
This story's done. Let's pick other Pokemon or other character.
Yeah.
I have like a young Professor Oak story.
Well, no, there's nothing canon about this movie.
Oh, okay, so it's just Pokemon.
It's just Pokemon, and it was weird. They were in a Pokemon city. I can't remember the name of it, but it was basically a city that was created where Pokemon and humans could live as equals instead of getting rid of Pokemon battles.
Yeah, it wasn't. I catch Pokemon. Let's battle Pokemon. It was.
Yeah, it was more equals. Like we're equals and you're partners instead of, I own you.
Yeah.
Now I choose you.
There's no.
I own you.
There's the slave mentality of it.
Yeah, there's 20 years of Pokemon. But what I thought was 100% better than the actual movie was the Max Mofo version of what he thought.
That I saw.
Yeah.
And I think he has such good content.
Yeah.
He's a funny guy. I saw the video with him, their good friend, what's his name, Chad?
Anything for views?
A.K.A.
Fat cunt. Fat cunt,
they had,
baby.
Jessica Degree showed her tits a little bit.
Yeah, there was somebody else in that video, too. Who else was in that video?
There was somebody else.
Fuck.
You have a better chance for that than I do.
I watched it this morning, and I've had a couple beers, so I don't remember who else was in that video. But the video was a banger. I loved... Oh! Ricky Berwick.
That's who it was. Yeah, it was a Pikachu, right?
Yeah, Ricky Berwick painted as a Pikachu.
That's a Pikachu. God, he freaks me out. I used to like Ricky Berwick. No, I just can't get behind him anymore. He freaks me out. There's a video of him where he paints himself all black. It might be him as Venom or something. Ever since that video, I'm like, I just don't like this guy.
I don't like this fella.
Nothing to do with the shape of his body or how deformed he is. He's just a weird fucking dude.
I don't like him because he's crippled.
Oh, you don't like him because he's crippled. Okay.
Yeah.
I know you don't like crippled, so...
Oh my god. You ever seen the videos where he's just sliding around on the carpet?
He's spinning in circles. And his cat's there. Because his mom, he's spinning because his mom has bought him the 6-piece and the small fry.
Yes.
And the small cola.
Ricky Berwick is the perfect example of don't pity the handicapped. He is out there doing
his own thing
and making himself look good. Well, not good. That tongue thing he does is gross.
That's gross. Disgusting. You can hear it. Wear headphones while you're watching the video.
Yeah, do not wear headphones watching a Ricky Berwick video. It'll make you, if you just drink a glass of milk and then you watch Ricky Berwick, it'll curdle all that milk in your fucking stomach, dude. It's so gross. His Twitter videos have you watched his Twitter videos, his responses to other tweets? Where he puts the phone extremely close to his mouth and he does that thing. It is gross. I've talked to Ricky Berwick.
Have you?
On Discord, yes.
What's he?
He was in the.
What does he sound like? I don't know what he fucking sounds like.
He sounds like Ricky Berwick.
Is he so? I'm assuming he's not recording. That's how he is.
A little bit, yeah. He's a little bit. Well, he's putting it on a little.
Well, of course, everyone pours it on for the fucking video.
He's not. He was in the Ice Poseidon Discord, which I used to be a big member of. People know who I am. Well, some people do. Old F words know who I am in the Ice Discord. They don't like me. much like my real life. Most people don't like me. But Ricky Berwick would be in there, and we would talk to Ricky, and he would put it on because he wasn't in a private conversation. He was still Ricky Berwick. But I imagine Richard Berwick, the man at the doctor's office, is a much different person. He has to be. If he's not
a little more sophisticated,
then there's a reason why he hasn't been fixed. Because that man's foul.
I don't think he can be fixed. Have you ever seen him?
Yeah. What do you think he has? It looks
it's more than one thing.
It looks like somebody turned his bones to rubber bands.
Like, yeah, are they like bent them?
Yeah.
Like he was born with like liquid bones, and then the minute you bent them, they became solid.
Yeah.
Someone fucked around and bent his back weird, and bent his legs
so
weird.
Long.
They are, but that's why he can spin on the ground like that, effortlessly. Ricky
Berwick looks like if you stretched out a Stretch Armstrong and he never went back.
Never went back, yeah. Someone's like, fuck it. Go ahead and spin in circles. I don't know how he gets... I liked the videos where he would go in public and he would just go down the snack aisle, throw all the Cheetos and the chips and the soda and how much he loved orange juice and loved Yoo-Hoos. Like, this guy is fucking strange. Who's recording this video? He's not recording.
His mom!
It can't be his mother
recording. It has to be his mom. There's nobody else in the world who would put up with Ricky Berwick other than his own parent.
I don't know. Could you imagine having a kid like that and they go, hey, Mom, I got about 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Can you take a video of me in my little wheelchair that has a little vest on it?
Yeah, I can imagine having a postpartum abortion.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Ricky Berwick's gross as fuck. The other thing I've been watching recently is there's this new series on Netflix that just came out like in the last couple of days. And it's called Jailbirds.
Jailbirds.
And have you seen this show?
Not yet.
Have you seen like the trailer or anything like that?
I'm just going to start watching it.
Jailbirds is like the classic Spike television show, Jail, which is the follow-up to Cops. And Cops has to be one of my favorite shows.
Cops is a great show.
Cops, Live PD.
Live PD. All those types of shows are
they're all great.
Because they're not recording the guy getting pulled over for the speeding ticket. It's always a meth head.
Yeah.
Who's sweaty with his shirt off. Doesn't know where he's at.
Live PD, they'll get you a speeding ticket. Because they're a slow day.
Slow day.
Yeah. Nobody has ran from the cops that day at all. Because they'll even do earlier that day in Live PD when it's a slow day. Which is my first concern when I saw Live PD as a show. I was like, is there really enough police activity to see the police live? Like, what's going on? Like, it came out amidst, like, when all the cops were shooting people who were seemingly innocent.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I don't think that there's enough police activity on a Friday night to warrant a television show. And I was fucking wrong. There is too much stuff going on. Yeah, shit goes down on a Friday night.
Weekdays as a cop are not fun. I have a friend that's a cop. Those are boring days, and you'll always get stuck with the shitty call as your last call. But the weekends, Friday, Saturday, shit happens. Even in small counties, shit happens.
I'm into it. So, yeah. So, Jailbirds picks up where Live PD / Cops takes off. And they bait you a little bit in this Netflix show. I don't know about you, but for me, when the girl's a little strange looking, it's a turn on a little bit.
Really?
Not a lot. Like, I'm not into full blown trailer trash, but
there is some girls that have that look where it's like, oh, okay.
If a girl's a little randy, I might be into it. And they start off with this girl who's very randy, and I'm not gonna lie, I was into it from the jump. I was like, oh, look at her.
They had real people in.
I was into it, and I listened to her story. She was in for carjacking. I was on her side. She didn't do it. As far as my dick was concerned, she didn't do it. She didn't do it. And it then progresses into the other inmates. And it moves quickly. It moves really quickly. In the first episode, you meet this big old lesbian named Sean. Mm-hmm. And Sean is about to get out on her 90-day sentence. I say her loosely. Yeah. 90-day sentence, she's about to get out. And you're learning about Sean. And as Sean's going throughout her day, she finds a new inmate who I believe was named Jay. These names are really creative.
Wow.
And
Really put thought.
yeah. Jay was sitting there trying to figure out... she was detoxing. Jay was detoxing. And Sean sits down and goes, "You ever have a hoo-hoo or a ha-ha?" And Jay goes, "I'm new to jail."
No.
And then Sean goes, "Yeah, a hoo-hoo makes you feel like you just smoked a blunt." And she goes, "Oh, I'm not interested in a hoo-hoo." And she goes, "No, smoked a blunt in like a good way." I was like, she just told you she wasn't interested.
All on camera, correct?
Yes, and no, that's the point. And then Jay goes, "I'm not interested in smoking a blunt on camera." And then Sean looks straight at the camera, looks up at the mic, and goes, "I was just playing around."
Kidding around.
And then 10 minutes later in the episode, big old lesbian, what was her name? Sean, yeah. Sean is supposed to get out of jail, and she's walking out of jail with the handcuffs on, or off. And the police officer stops her and goes, "Your probation officer doesn't want you to leave jail yet. He doesn't think you're ready."
He doesn't think you're ready. I wonder why he thinks that.
And Sean hops on the phone with her wife. And Sean has been flirting with every woman in jail.
Course. Yeah, of course.
So, not very faithful, which I learned is an attribute for jailbirds.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's this guy in there named A1. A1 is in a relationship with about 6 women in prison.
Jesus Christ.
And you know how he communicates with them?
How?
Through the toilet bowl.
What does he do?
There is some ghetto-ass engineering going on in prisons. Specifically in Sacramento, where this takes place, where you can flush all the water out of your toilet and then talk through the pipes.
What the fuck?
And
he's talking to 6 different chicks this way. That is fucking wild.
The even worse part is they have this process called fishing, where they tie a bunch. They break a bunch of their underwear and tie it into a line, and then tie a bunch of plastic spoons to it, and tie a note to it, and then they flush it down the toilet, and then the spoons get tangled because they have to flush at the same exact time, and they pull up each other's note. That's what's going on in prisons, apparently.
Imagine they took that same knowledge and power.
I went to college.
Applied it to a real world problem.
But
nope, we can talk to each other in the fucking toilet. That's good.
There's this other individual who's also linked to A1 named Monster.
Ooh.
Monster was a tattoo technician, like a Kat Von D.
Tattoo technician, okay.
Yeah, she looks like a Kat Von D, who I imagine has spent her time in jail as well. And where was I going with this? Fuck, I lost it. Are you joking? I was in the groove, brother.
Friends with A1.
She's friends with A1. They were sending fishing. Fuck, what happened?
I like how there's a term for it, fishing.
Yeah, they were fishing. And then, anyway, A1 beat the shit out of Monster, and now they're no longer together. They were together outside of jail.
Yeah.
But then A1 has been fucking around with everybody in jail, fishing.
Yeah.
They call notes kites. I don't know why that's easier. Why is that easier? Just call it a note.
Call it a note.
I send you a note. Same amount of syllables, same amount of letters, just a KI to an NO. You got the same deal. And these people don't give a fuck. They're sending Cheetos through the toilet. I watched a lady eat a bag of chili cheese Fritos that came straight out of a fucking toilet.
A jail toilet.
And
that's disgusting.
The people who don't talk out of the toilet, who don't toilet talk as they call it, they're like, yeah, it's fucking gross. They all have pimples on their face.
Because they're too busy eating the fucking Fritos in the fucking toilet.
I think I know where I was going. So Monster was with A1 outside of jail.
Mm-hmm.
There is a girl currently inside of jail who was there for like 3 years, and she was talking to A1 when he got out of jail.
Mm-hmm.
And fuck, is somebody setting off a goddamn firework? What's going on?
Probably thunder.
Thunder?
Yeah, probably.
Goddamn. Anyway, the girl in jail tries to contact A1 with a phone number he provided. He provided his current girlfriend's phone number as his main source of contact. So she calls her, and she goes, "Who's this?" And I'm a bitch he met in jail. And then these two people are now in jail based on the event of the one inmate calling A1 from jail. Because she got mad and he beat the shit out of her. And now he's facing life in jail because it's his third strike.
Oh my god.
And
I have to watch this show.
Yeah, and the biggest problem I have with jailbirds is these fucking people are all in jail because they can't follow simple rules, aka the law.
Easy laws, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't murder, don't beat the shit out of someone.
Yeah, exactly. You can literally, in America...
Don't do drugs.
In America, you can literally sit and do nothing and collect a government paycheck and live. Mm-hmm. And you're cool. You don't have to do anything.
Don't do jack shit.
You don't have to do anything.
You sit at home and watch TV all day.
You can watch TV all day long. And the government will pay for it. Straight up. And these people can't do nothing. And they get to jail because they can't follow the rules of just don't do anything. They can't follow that rule. Baseline can't follow that rule.
Thinking that you're going with this.
And they get to jail, and then they create this fucking
rules.
They create these rules, and then get fucking pissed
when no one follows the rules.
When they're in a place with people who cannot follow any rules. Don't follow their arbitrary ass rules that have zero consequence in the real world. Hey, on Thursday I watch Oprah on TV. If you change the channel, I'm gonna have to catch you in the shower. Real talk. And I also noticed that if you get disrespected in prison, especially if you're a woman, as PewDiePie would say, all these women in jail, they call you one of two things. They say, "You fat bitch," or they say, "You're a crackhead." Those are the two. They only have two. Or, actually they have three. The third is, "You got period blood all over yourself." They say that a lot. They are always claiming that somebody there is covered in period blood.
That's a real insult.
Yeah, because it's fucking gross.
I know it's gross, but who the fuck cares if someone's saying it?
I seen a porno where a girl was fucking herself with a banana on her period. Mm-hmm. And that was when I learned what menstrual chunks were.
Oh, gross.
That shit's fucking disgusting. Gross. If you are somebody out there who has your Red Wings, aka eating muff while a girl's on her period,
you're disgusting. You
are one of the lowest common denominator fucking loser bitch. Wait a week. Just wait.
You're vile.
Just wait. He goes, no.
It's not even a week half time. It's 5 days.
These are the same people who prick their finger and suck the blood. Right? Like, they have to be the same people.
I guess. I don't do that either.
No, I don't do that shit either because blood doesn't taste good.
Just fucking
you ever get a nosebleed?
Yeah.
You ever have that shit run down the back of your throat?
It's gross.
It fucking is not tasty.
It's not good.
It's not good.
So I'm saying some people have different tastes.
Do you think that when Ted Bundy was in jail, he toilet talked?
No, he wasn't toilet. He was keeping to himself.
He wasn't. So I learned that in the circling all the way back to the Ted Bundy thing. He had a child.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was from this bitch who was obsessed with him. And in the movie,
surprise.
I don't know if this is real, but the bitch looks like John Denver. Like straight up John. Like she's taking him home country roads.
Yeah.
I imagine a country road is the asshole. A dirt road.
A dirt road. Yeah,
no.
Sounds more and more like an asshole.
Yeah, no bueno. But anyway, she's trying to get with Zac Efron's fine ass the entire movie. I'm not a homo. I don't know why I said fine ass. Anyway, she's trying to get with homoerotic Zac Efron the whole movie. And he finally takes her by paying off the guard and fucking her, John Denver, against a Coca-Cola vending machine.
Wow. And
that gets her pregnant. So, all I'm saying is, if you want to practice safe sex, drink a Diet Coke.
Yeah, don't fuck with regular
Coke. Yeah, don't fuck with regular Coke. You'll knock that bitch up for real. But, Jailbirds...
I'll take a watch. Sounds interesting.
It's good.
Sounds up my alley.
And then, I think one of the last things that I want to talk about is a weird dream I had this week.
Ah, yes. I love weird dreams.
Yeah,
have you heard about them?
Did you have any weird dreams that you can remember from your childhood?
From my childhood? Yeah, I have one. I had a reoccurring dream.
Uh-huh.
Probably from the ages like 6 to 9, 7 to 10, somewhere around there. And because I grew up, and my parents, E.T. was always on the TV.
Yeah.
Sometimes my parents just watched it, because we had a fucking VHS tape for some reason. Only my fucking dad would have that VHS tape.
What a penis breath.
It is. I fucking hate E.T. Or beyond whatever network, TBS.
Very funny.
And the opening scene where he's running the forest freaked me the fuck out as a kid.
Isn't he screaming?
So he's screaming, he's in the forest, it's dark, and you just see his fucking spaceship crash. So as a kid, I'm fucking freaked out. I don't want to watch the film. My dad always used to go, but he's the good guy. I'm like, I don't give a fuck if he's the good guy.
He's the good guy.
I don't care if he's the good guy. I don't like the way he looks. So I'd have this recurring dream, probably 3 or 4 years straight, I was a kid, where I'd be in my front yard, driveway playing, and E.T. would come. Mm-hmm. But he didn't have short, stubby legs. He had regular legs. And my parents would sit down, make me sit down, and force me to take photos of him. Like sit in his lap and force me to take photos. And it would freak me out. And every time I got to taking smile, I'd wake up. I go, I fucking hate E.T. I'd go I'm like, Mom, Dad, I had a nightmare. I can't go to sleep. They're like, what's the nightmare about? It's me taking pictures of fucking E.T. because you're forced me to watch it as a kid. That's a recurring dream. I had another one that's really weird.
Yeah, go ahead.
I wasn't religious. I guess I was the kid I was religious. I'm not now. We'd always go to church. But I'd always have dreams where I'd be taking a shower.
With a priest?
No, I'd just be taking a shower. I'm not a Catholic. And I get sucked in the shower head and into heaven.
Oh.
With other kids. And I'd mingle for a little while, do whatever.
Have a high C.
Have a high C with the other kids. But for some reason, I was normal human kid. And these were cartoon angel kids.
Oh, angel kids.
It was really fucking strange. And then
we got a preschool in town called Angel Kids.
I get sent back, and I wake up and be fine. Those are the 2 recurring. But I hate the E.T. dream. And I remember going, there were times where I go to bed, I'm like, I really hope I don't have that fucking dream. I hate that dream. And I'd have the fucking dream. Where I'd be forced to take photographs with E.T. the extraterrestrial. And then he'd fuck off, and I'd wake up.
Fuck off.
And it freaked me out as a kid. There's something waking up at 3 a.m. after a dream about fucking E.T.
I only ever had one reoccurring dream in my childhood. And it was the same one every single time. and it was right when I went to bed, right when I closed my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you ever played Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3.
Oh, yeah.
But the beginning of the game takes place in a skate shop, and it plays this song. And so anyway, in my dream, I start playing the game, and I start to select my board, because that's a part of it, where you flip through the boards.
Yes.
Or the decks, as they call them. But not no Yu-Gi-Oh deck, none of that homo gay shit. Skateboard decks. And I hit one, and it's like a devil board.
Oh.
And the whole screen turns red, and I immediately wake up because I had just closed my eyes, and I knew it was a dream every time. Because I'd go to bed and go, I hope I don't have the Tony Hawk dream. I don't want the Tony Hawk dream.
I don't want to fuck with this dream.
And I think it's because the beginning of that game is so fucking violent. There's an eyeball, just a loose eyeball it's jumping around, and then it gets
the loading
Neversoft.
The logo, yeah.
Neversoft games, and it's this eyeball jumping around, and then it gets fucking spiked, and blood squirts out of it, and it's no bueno for a child. But for me, I was playing it 5-6 times a day. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I loved Tony Hawk. I still love skateboarding because of that game. And that's the only reoccurring dream I had as a kid. But a dream I had this fucking week, it was real strange. I walked into like a nightclub, and as soon as I walked in, because I'm a narcissist, every single fucking person in the club wanted to get my attention. They were all going, "Hey, Spencer, come over here. Oh fuck, Spencer's in the bitch. Oh hell yeah!" And much like my real life, I'm very popular. And this one voice calls out and goes, "Oh, Spencer's here. Come over." And I go, "Okay." All these other people are calling me out. But this one person.
You want to go to his table.
I want to go to his table. And I get to it, and it's this deformed little person, midget, at the table, dressed in a suit, with a tie on. And I'm trying to figure out who this person is. I don't know. And they're surrounded with like a posse.
Popular guy.
Yeah, popular guy. And I get the feeling in the dream that this guy's famous. And he wants
you over.
But he wants me.
It's a big fucking deal.
And we're at a place where sitting on a pillow on the ground is appropriate, and we're crisscross applesauce.
You're at a hookah bar.
Yeah, we're at a hookah bar. It's dimly lit. There's a glass table. I'm pretty sure there were people doing coke. It was just weird.
Crazy club.
And the midget's talking. He's a big shot, and he's deformed as fuck. Like he's very grotesque. Like worse than the dude from the Goonies. That fucking bad. And I'm like trying to figure out, how is this guy famous? And for some reason in my brain, I'm convinced that he played some sort of little guy in Star Wars. And he makes this big claim. He goes, "Anybody who comes to my birthday party, I'll pay $250,000.
That's a lot of fucking money just to attend his birthday.
And then he looks to me and goes, "Want to come?" And I go,
"Fuck yeah.
What is the downside other than looking at you to going to this birthday party?"
It's $250,000.
So I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I'll go to your birthday party, dude." So we drive all the way to the birthday party, and we get there, and I walk into the birthday party. I go, "I wonder when I get paid $250,000. And you know what happens immediately after that?
You woke up.
My fucking alarm
right
rings.
Before the fucking payday.
Yeah,
you wake up.
I can't win in my fucking dreams, dude. It would be, if I were to.
I have the same thing. Where right when it's like, this is it. Something big's about to happen to me.
Payday.
I get the stupid fucking alarm.
I have never been late in a dream.
Oh, I've had a lot of dreams where I'm about to have sex.
Yeah.
And right when insertion's about to happen.
Yeah. No.
Alarm goes off. Or somebody wakes you up.
Yeah. My own self-conscious is cucking me on a daily basis. Yeah.
I can't get sex in real life, can't get sex in the fucking dream.
Then you wake up with this big hard dick, and you got nothing to do with it. Ah, fuck. Like, I'd love to have a wet dream. I've never achieved it. I want one so bad, but it's never going to happen for me. I think it's because I keep myself regulated, you know? Yeah. I make sure that this guy downstairs, he's well taken care of. Yeah. This guy gets a deep tissue massage on a regular basis. He's like Robert Kraft.
Oh, yeah. God, I hope you're not taking the cheap hookers like Robert fucking Kraft was. That surprised me. Going to Jupiter, Florida for fucking...
We've been to Jupiter.
We have been to Jupiter.
Go to Chowderheads.
Yeah, that wasn't that great.
No, it wasn't great. It was overpriced.
We should have known.
Well, fuck. We're at an hour and 20 minutes.
Fuck, that was quick.
Yeah, that was a quick conversation. You want to call it there?
I think we should call it there.
All right. Well, you want to hit the outro?
Go ahead.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening to episode 2 of the Dumb Fat Americans. I really hope you enjoyed it. You can catch us on Twitter or Instagram at TDF Americans. We're trying to get on iTunes. We're trying to get on Google Plus. Or not Google Plus. Nobody's on Google Plus. Google Play.
There you go.
And keep an eye out on our Instagram or our Twitter. That's what we'll announce when we get on there. So it'll be just streamlined. You can check us out on Podbean as well and YouTube. The Dumb Fat Americans on YouTube and Podbean as well. That's where our main source is. I'm sure you've already figured that out if you're listening to this. Again, we're so thankful for the support we had for the first week, and we're going to do a lot more of these to come. We'll see you. We won't see you. I hope you guys listen to week 3. We got big shit coming. Have a great day.